Menu tab here. So under KML files, right?
Yeah.
Start. So you can see the area that you want to cover. We edit. So if you wanted 2D, just hit 2D, and straight away the lines come out.
Okay, so that's showing a flight time of 60 minutes.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So if you were to go, let's say, higher, you can see the time reduces and your speed increase. You can increase the speed.
And that's from takeoff height, not sea level height.
Yep.
So, okay.
So you can see the time has dropped to 49 minutes.
Yep.
And yeah, so if you want to adjust your overlaps or anything like that so overlaps, horizontal and vertical overlapping rate.
Yeah.
And margin setting is how much it overshoots.
Okay. Yeah.
So if I were to set, let's say, to nil,
yeah,
it'll stay completely inside the polygon.
Yeah, which is what we want, because that polygon was the
overshot already.
Yeah.
Right. So you do that. You save a bit of time, so it's 41 minutes. So it's about 2 flights. That's for your plan.
No, that was one flight.
I see. No, there are 2 files here. I've already loaded both.
Is that both flights?
Yeah, I've loaded both actually.
Oh, beg your pardon. Okay, in that case, yeah, we're correct.
Right?
Yeah.
So the nice part is you will then fly and resume in here. So you don't need to chop it up.
Okay.
Right.
So both flights are now aggregated to one flight, but the software will automatically calculate into 2 flights.
You can just pause anytime you want if you worry about if you have battery anxiety.
Yeah.
So once you worry, okay, fine, let's stop here, pause, come back, then you can resume your flight.
Okay.
So you don't need to chop it beforehand, and you can actually adjust according to actual conditions.
Okay.
Right. So I mean, if the wind does pick up or anything like that, then and the battery consumption increases,
yeah,
then you can then adjust accordingly.
Right.
So everything is here. Your full area coverage is here.
And so assuming it's into flight 1 and it's going through flight 1, and what's the battery time on this RTK? Is it?
It's about the same as a normal P4P. Roughly 20 minutes.
About 20 minutes, yeah. That's what we fly.
Yeah.
So after 20 minutes, will it automatically return to home for battery change, or do I have
that's
to
like really low. That's like bare minimum low.
Yeah.
If you want to give yourself a bit more of a safety margin, then you would have to pause it and then just return to home yourself.
So it's a manual return to home,
Yeah.
Manual pause, manual return to home,
Yeah.
based on what battery levels we have.
Mm-hmm.
How many batteries are you providing? Is it 2?
Batteries.
And is it a normal P4 battery?
Yes, it's
Yes.
a P4.
So I can take my own batteries
Yes.
to supplement?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So you can see okay, it's square meters, but yeah, you can just convert that to hectares or whatever.
Yeah.
And you can just check with the number over there, and then
Yeah.
fine.
Okay.
So you remember photos, and yeah, aircraft is not there. Right. So once you're done, let's say you pre-plan. So one thing is, you see there's this extra line here.
Yes.
There's an extra diagonal line here, right?
Yep.
So what it does is, all of these are done with the camera facing 90 degrees downwards.
Yes.
This one will be done with the camera 45 degrees, and that is to correct the elevation level.
Okay.
Right?
Right. So it's a self-calibration as such on there.
Right. So once
Okay.
you're done, just save. Give it a name. Let's just SG. Let's see. So when you set everything up, it's just a set method. Just invoke, and then just call it. So it's all built in here.
Okay.
Okay, so this is as far as planning is concerned. If you want to call it up, so you've already planned, right?
Yep.
So if you go to plan, you'll see Sumalan Quarry.
Okay.
You just call it up anytime you want. Okay.
Okay.
Now this with the RTK tool and the account we're giving you does 2 things. So not only does it map, you can measure as well. So if you have any ground control, what you can do is this. So use the same battery as the remote. Right. Yeah. Press once, press and hold, wait, turns on. Right, so now it's on. This shows the battery level or the GPS lock.
Okay.
So now if you see this LED is blinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Okay. If you press and hold, it will then change to yellow. So let's put it 1, 2. Press one more time. 1, 2, 3. Right.
Okay.
So this marks if it's in mode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For this product, there's only mode 1 and mode 3.
Right.
Okay. Now once it's in mode 3,
Is it getting a signal lock inside?
no, not yet. But just want to show you what it's for. So if you use it as a handheld stick linking, so you can actually use it as a rover
Okay.
with network RTK, which is basically the course correction network,
Okay.
as your reference, right? Okay. The step-by-step instructions are here, how to get it into the mode, but basically, alright. So once this is linked, so I can even, we already have a network available for your
Okay.
use. Okay. Done. So once you have this, if you tap on plan and walk with RTK, yeah, so you can't get the location because of indoors, but once you have that, so what you're going to get is with the link, you can use this as a rover, a measurement rover.
Okay.
Right, so it will, once you've got the GPS, it will then get the nearest correction tower,
Yeah.
and then you just wait for it to RTK fix. So once it says fix here, then you can start to measure. So you can just set point, let's say an average of 5, and then you go to, you put it on your point, save, then you can create your control, yeah, you can measure your GCPs and everything. Okay, once you're done, just save, right?
Yeah.
And once you've saved everything, it's in here. What you do is you tap on the memory card here. Tap here. You can export the DRTK task. So let's say if I did 10B survey, this one. So you then save it to here. Okay. So not only can you under the DJI folder, export, scout. So you actually get a CSV inside, so you have every point with your the index number, lat, long, altitude, antenna height,
Yeah.
standard deviations, and if you added a name to the point, you can actually keep that.
Okay.
So as you can see with RTK, it's 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter standard deviation.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So first is you can use this to measure. Once you've measured, and you can then, let's say you put it on your known point,
Yeah.
you measure the known point, get the coordinates,
Yeah.
then we can then, you tap here, we can switch it to as a mobile station. So
Okay.
this was the measurement tool. When we tap this, this becomes the reference.
Right.
Right? So you don't need to wait for the RTK on the drone
Yeah.
to sync with the course network. It will link with this.
Okay.
nearly instantaneously.
Right. Okay. And that, sorry, but that standard deviation of a couple of centimetres, is that horizontal or is that vertical as well?
Standard deviation in latitude, longitude, and altitude.
Oh yeah, he's got out there as well. 0.24, so 4 centimetres. Man, that's nice. Okay.
So once you have it as a reference, so using a workflow like this, we've actually tried. That means with all these points
Yeah.
at a height of 100 meters, flying that 2D with that diagonal line,
Yeah.
we got 6 centimeter 3D error.
Wow. Wow, that's lovely.
Without tagging any ground control.
Right.
Right? So yeah, we're pretty confident with this workflow in that sense. So now when you have this, if you see here under RTK, it's connected.
Okay.
So you can then proceed to here, advanced settings at the bottom, and key in the coordinates of where it's going to be, where it is. So you set the longitude, latitude, altitude, and then tap settings.
So choose the point and set that as the default, so it then recognises or use that as the okay.
No, I mean so you've put it on a point.
Yep.
Earlier it was blinking 3 times. This LED is blinking 3 times.
Yep.
Now it's blinking once. So when
Okay.
it was blinking 3 times, it was measuring.
Yep.
So once you've measured where this is, we switch it into mode 1 and key in where the position is.
Okay.
So this now becomes a reference for the drone.
Right.
So you don't
Yep.
need to wait for it to sync and lock up.
The drone becomes the rover.
Yeah.
It's actually that's the base. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. In principle, I've got it, but
Yeah, it will take some time to.
yeah, practice is going to be.
Yeah, so the tedious part would be, okay, so let's say we have this set up already, right? So, if we even have this for you.
Sorry, what is that?
Alright, so, you know, to link the aircraft and the remote,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to poke it here, this small hole where the LED is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so right now you can see the aircraft is not linked to the remote, it's disconnected.
Okay.
So to link it,
That's quick.
so now what's happening is,
Link failed.
yeah. So you have the aircraft with a error, and also it's all 0. So you will have the base station at the coordinates that you place.
Yeah.
Aircraft out there, it's
Yeah.
going to link the two, and then the RTK fix is between the rover and the base. The drone, which is the rover, and the stick, which is the base.
Okay.
So you can then have RTK connection all the time while you're flying.
Again, I understand the principles, but doing it is going to be a.
Yeah. So then it's all the same. You just hit your planned flights, right? Start. Oh, start. Okay. It will do the pre-check. So if you don't have an SD card, it'll tell you don't have an SD card. If you don't have enough GPS lock, it'll tell you don't have enough GPS lock and things like that.
Right.
Yeah. swipe, it'll just start flying.
Okay.
So the tedious part is the initial setup, measuring your GCPs and then measuring the known point where this is placed. But once you've done the final link where both of these are linked to here already,
Yeah.
then it's pretty repetitive. Even if you switch the batteries anywhere, it will just keep on working.
Right.
It's the first phase where you're switching modes and things like that
Yeah.
that
There's
makes,
room for error.
yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, that's basically how the setup works.
Okay, so just thinking through the flight plan, as long as you've brought them out as polygons on from Google Earth
Mm-hmm.
into the flight planner on here,
Mm-hmm.
put it in as a 2D photogrammetry,
Mm-hmm.
set the flight heights. I think the camera timer duration was on there as well, wasn't it? As part of that initial
automatic.
setup.
It's fully automatic.
But I need to set my. Oh no, so yes, it's automatic, isn't it? Because it's
already
already
knows
calculating
based on
that,
the
yeah.
height, your speed, it will then work out the intervals.
And the grid
and the
overlap.
overlap as well.
Yeah. Okay. So that's there. Link the station to the drone with that manoeuvre as well that you showed me. Okay. Actually, I'm lying. It's not okay. I'm having nightmares about it already. But
Yeah, I understand. We can try it again. I mean, you can try yourself.
could I try, please? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll
Let me
stop this
turn
recording.
everything
Here.
off.